Well, I think it's extremely hard to see the Spanish public broadcaster as a public forum, not just when it comes to discussing austerity-related policies, but any kind of policy, really. It's so tempting for governments to use such a powerful tool to spread their ideas and not allow other points of view. To me, the fact that there is no independent body ruling the broadcaster will always make it impossible to call it a public forum. Because, I mean, we as journalists and as citizens will always have to rely on the goodwill of the government. And it's true that some parties have been more open to allowing balanced journalism and public debate than the current one, but still, journalists are not allowed to decide how to rule the broadcaster, and obviously the fact that it is so politically biased affects deeply its credibility. Well, there are many examples of this. When the People's Party won the last elections, they removed some of the more left-wing TV presenters, and some of them resigned. It's the same every time the government changes, of course, but it was worse with the last election. Since the broadcaster is now controlled by the party, but news about them are usually hidden. And also some issues, for example, Catalan independence rallies, which are usually covered by media around the world, only have about 1 minute in the news, and usually after many less important news are broadcasted. One of the worst things related to this was the fact that last year, some journalists that had worked as press officers for the People's Party were hired at the public broadcaster. The director said that they did so because they needed more journalists to cover politics because it is an election year. But can you imagine this? It's completely outrageous. There are many good journalists working for both the TV channels and the radio stations, and most of them are protesting about the situation with strikes and other actions. But you know, it's very hard to change anything if the law doesn't change. If the law allows the government to control the broadcaster and influence editorial choices, it's always going to be like this.